This is not van life. We're finally back. It's been a really busy few weeks, and soon enough we'll be able to share why. But for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy this journey with us. We're not in the camper van. We're off on an adventure. We're getting on the boat. We're going into France. This is Bobby's first ever trip abroad. So far, so good. And next up, we will be driving over the next 2 days to pick up Carrie, my wife, in Marseille on Friday evening. So that's the plan. Let's get on with it. As a side note, if you do have a pet and you are looking to travel to France, I highly recommend the pet lounge on the P&O ferries. I gotta be honest, Bob loved it. Over the next 2 days, Bob and I drove more than 700 miles from Calais to Provence to get some much needed rest. The further south we got, the more the sun started shining, and finally it was time to enjoy our break with some good food and even better wine. Welcome to Château Les Prères, a new and pretty unique vineyard in Provence owned by Sylvain Massa. It has an incredible restaurant that offers small plates that are all inspired by the owner's grandmother. We had the rosé, and with Carrie, my dad and Bob, we tried the Iberian steak, the stuffed vegetables, and the artichoke and parmesan salad that was fantastic. What makes this vineyard truly unique is that they're using clay pots to help age their wines. This is an old technique that's having a resurgence at the moment, but it truly does make a delicious wine. When we originally planned this trip, we were meant to be in the van. But with unforeseen delays, challenges, problems with the Mercedes, we almost didn't make this journey at all. But one of the places that I really wanted to take Carrie and Bob was Les Gorges du Verdon. The gorges and the lake at Sainte-Croix were formed by the construction of a dam in the 70s. Over the years, I've been there dozens of times with friends and family, and finally I get to share that with my wife. And each time, it takes my breath away. To mix things up, we decided to hit the coast for the day and drove through Nice, the Promenade des Anglais, and headed to Beaulieu to see some family. The weather, the views, and the lifestyle has us questioning why we live in the UK a lot. But sadly, as with all good things, our time in Provence must come to an end. But that doesn't mean the end of the adventure. So welcome to Macon.
First stop on the way back up to Calais.
And obviously this trip has definitely not gone as we had planned.
It's been a little bit chaotic.
So let's go and check out Macon. Macon is in the Burgundy area in the centre of France. It was on our way back. Although this trip hadn't worked out the way that we had originally planned, we were determined to make it as good as we could and enjoy ourselves as much as possible on our way home. And our stop included some amazing walks around the old town and dinner in a really nice intimate restaurant. Cheers for my beautiful wife. And cheers to our dog Bob. Welcome to Épernay, the home of Champagne. The Champagne region has around 84,000 acres of planted vines. All of that to make one of our favourite drinks. Champagne. This is the Avenue de Champagne, where obviously all the major champagne brands have their buildings. And also one of our favourite places.
We just happened to find ourselves here.
Just happened to, on our non-van life trip. No van life. This is the way to go. Now I should say there is a reason we love this area in France so much. And it's not just the bubbles. 2 years ago I proposed to Carrie here in Champagne. So it's been really nice to be able to finish our trip by coming back here as husband and wife. And as our final evening in France came to an end, there was time for just one last drive to get us home. If you've watched this far, we'd like to say a huge thank you. This channel started something for us that is so much bigger than I ever imagined. It's rekindled my personal love for making content again. And it's encouraged me to start doing more of it, not just for us, but also for my clients. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, as I'm going to be sharing everything that's been happening and all our coming plans in the next few videos. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.